If you've ever thought, I'd love to have a garden, but I have no idea what to do, I don't have enough space, this video is for you, because I promise it doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful or to feed your family. Welcome back, friends. If you're new here, my name is Michelle and I am a homeschooling mama to 4 kiddos ages 13 all the way down to 8 months. And today's video is a little bit different. I thought I would come outside, give you all a change of scenery, and give you a look at our backyard garden. Now, full disclaimer, I just wanted to say that I am not an expert in gardening whatsoever, and there's a lot of chaos gardening right here. It is not perfect, but it is beautiful to me and it feeds our family. And I wanted to show you guys that you really don't need a lot to get started. You don't need a ton of acres. You just need a little bit of space, a little bit of love, and a whole lot of grace and patience. So let's get right to it. Let me show you guys what we have planted and growing so far. So before I flip the camera over and give you guys the full tour of our mini backyard garden, I just want to point out that yes, my backyard is a bit of a mess right now. We do have to get to mowing and get to weeding, but there's been a lot going on and that kind of got pushed to the back a little bit, but that's okay. We will get to it when we get to it. So just ignore all the overgrown things for the time being. Let me go ahead and flip you guys over. So this is year 3 with our garden. When we first moved here, we built this little one right here, and we also had some things on the side which we removed because this year we added a whole nother section here for the garden. Now, our yard, it's not big at all. We have about, I want to say, a quarter of an acre, and that's with our house included. So our yard is not a big yard at all. We have this little garden, this one here, and then in the back we have our chicken coop. There are 6 chickens right now, and we also just built a greenhouse this year too. So let me show you guys what we have growing in this half of the garden so far. So we have some beets coming in that I think these actually might be ready to pull here soon. I have some calendulas. This is actually the first year that we've planted flowers and I am obsessed. We have the calendulas. I'm going to figure out how to harvest them, preserve them, and make some, I heard you can make lotions with them, so I'm going to try that. And we also planted so many zinnias. They are my favorite thing to look at in the garden right now, especially on days when I'm just feeling pretty down and gloomy. I love to come out here and look at all the beautiful flowers. So if these are the only things that grow out of my garden this year, I call that a success. So we have some of those in this bed. We did have cabbage and broccoli here. A lot of it did bolt because of the crazy weather that we've been having lately. So we did have to pull all of that out, and I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to put in here. It would have to be something that is quick growing and it can do well with heat, because the heat right now has been pretty insane. In here I put some, I think I put some okras in here. We did have lettuce, and those, some of them did bolt again because of the weather, and they were also cold crops, so they were ready to come out anyways. And we put some okras that should be coming in soon. This was another part where I had some cold crops and pulled those out, and now I put some zinnia seeds in there and some other wildflowers. So we will see if those will start blooming. There's some seedlings coming out already. There's a kohlrabi all the way in the back there that didn't get pulled when I was pulling everything out. So I'm not sure if that one's good anymore. Again, those are cold crops, and this heat has just been insane, so that might not even be good, but hopefully it's still edible. These are our kale, which also has to come out here soon. We have more zinnias, which are now my new favorite flowers. In this little one, we have our beefsteak tomatoes, and they are doing so good. And right under it, I have a ton of oregano, which is doing amazing. And these were transplants. I was gifted an oregano plant last year, and it has grown so much in my house on my window stand. So I've just been chopping pieces up and planting them in the garden as companion plants. Apparently they do really good with tomatoes, so that's doing amazing in there. In this bed we have a ton of okra over here. This is the first time that we've grown okra, so hopefully we get something. Down here we're supposed to be ground cherries, but I think this one might be a ground cherry. I know these are marigolds that are coming in. These are red beans, and it goes all over the trellis and back down into this bed here. All right, what do we have on this side? This is a type of flower. I am not sure what this one is called, but I have a few of those throughout the garden. There's some more tomatoes here. So what happened was I thought I killed a bunch of seedlings in the greenhouse, and I wanted to reuse the dirt, so I mixed everything together. Turns out some seeds were still good, and they started growing random things. So there's a mixture of everything in this garden. So you have random tomatoes here mixed in with our celery back here, and these are our carrots up here. We grow carrots, we plant carrots every single year, and every single year we end up with a carrot this small. So if you have tips on how to grow carrots that actually have anything in them, please share it below, because I have no idea what we are doing wrong. But every year we try to grow some type of carrots, and every year we are left with the teeny tiniest little carrot that I've ever seen. All right guys, this is the second half that we added in this year. So over here in this bed we have our bush beans, which I didn't know that these were bush beans. The plan was for it to trellis up here just like the red beans over there, but that never happened. They're very bushy, so I'm assuming that these are bush beans, and they don't need to be trellised, I guess, because they don't want to. So those are our beans. I had some borage here, but those I pulled them out this morning. We have some more calendulas over here. Back here, let me go on the other side. Back here I have Japanese eggplant. This is the first time that we're doing Japanese eggplant. We've done regular eggplant before. These are supposed to be a lot milder and a little bit sweet from what I've heard. We also have bugs that have been destroying my eggplant, but it looks like they're only eating the leaves, so I've been just dealing with it for now. The actual vegetables are still growing, so I am just gonna let whatever is there do its thing. We did try to make a natural spray and sprayed it yesterday, so we'll see how that goes. These are supposed to be some jalapenos. We got one huge jalapeno from this the other day, but it looks like that was the only one that that plant has given us so far. I see some flowers, so maybe we'll get some more jalapenos. These are more bush beans there, some more zinnias, and some wildflowers. I kind of just took a Ziploc bag with all my flower seeds, shook them together, and literally just threw them in there. So there is a mixture of different types of flowers just mixed in there, and I love it. All right, so over here we have more peppers. These really are giving me a lot of peppers. I think this one are I think this one is the hot peppers. Yeah, this one is hot peppers. This one is supposed to be sweet peppers. We have more peppers here. This one is also a new one that we are trying this year. These are the ground cherries. I put in that first bed over there, but like I said, it didn't really give me anything over there. There's a little tiny one that I think might be ground cherries, but this one is definitely growing, and we can see there's some right here, there's one there, there's another one up here. So I'm excited to see what that tastes like, because this is the first year that we've made that. More random tomatoes that got mixed into the dirt, and I'm not gonna pull it because it's doing really good, so I'm leaving that, see what happens, let it do its thing. In here we have a zucchini, which I did not know grew so big, so I think I might actually have to pull that zucchini because it might not have enough room in this bed, so that might go, I don't know yet. We did get a really big yellow zucchini from it, so I think it's doing okay, but we'll see. So this is our herb tower, and this is a great example of something that you can do when you don't have a lot of space. So even if you have an apartment and have a little balcony, you can get one of these buckets, stack them up, and plant some things in there. It's a great use of a little amount of space. So here's what we have growing. I have some chamomile, we have Italian oregano back here. This, I believe, is rosemary that's growing in here. Down here I have peppermint, lemon balm, there's basil here on the side, and in the back we have some cilantro growing back there and up here. So that, I highly recommend getting a stacking tower if you are low on space. All right, here's the next garden bed. We have more of my flowers. First year, and I think I went a little bit crazy putting flowers everywhere, but that's okay. We have some zucchinis here. I think this one is a summer squash actually, and then these two are zucchinis. Right now we've only been getting a ton of male flowers. Hopefully we get some female flowers and we're actually able to get some zucchinis out of it. Again, the weather has just been insane, so that is kind of affecting the production, but hopefully we get something. Here we have a ton of little cherry tomatoes. I have a few down here that I need to harvest. I kind of go a little bit overboard when it comes to pruning them. I like for them to have a lot of breathing space, so I went a little bit crazy pruning here, but I think they're okay since they're still giving me tomatoes. This is supposed to be our grape vine, but we ended up moving our grapes to here because originally we had it on the side of our garage right here, and it kind of blew up and it was growing out of control, so the plan was to move it here. But when we moved it here, it got shocked and unfortunately it did not make it, so we're planning on getting some more grapes and starting over next spring. All right, over here we got our strawberries. We have a good amount coming in. We picked a few this morning, and it looks like we have a few more that we need to come and harvest. My only thing with the strawberries is that we have to come out here really quick before the chipmunks and the squirrels get to it, because they have been destroying all of our strawberries. So I had to grab those before I go inside today. Over here, this is another squash garden bed. Again, like, we've only been getting male flowers, so what happens is that some of them will start growing. I don't know if you can see it, but there is a little summer squash right there, but it didn't get pollinated and they die off. So that's what's been happening, because we're only getting male flowers right now. Hopefully we start getting some cooler air or something, and the female flowers will start coming. Here is our potatoes, another one that is a first for us this year. I think it's almost ready. I hear that the leaves have to die off completely before they're ready to harvest, so my husband says they're good to go, but I think they still need a little bit more, because this one still looks really good. It doesn't look like it's dying just yet. Let me know if you've grown tomatoes before, not tomatoes, potatoes before. Are these ready, or do they still need some time? And this is the last bed here, and we have some more bush beans. They actually weren't supposed to be there, but my dad was the one that put all the beans out, and he went a little overboard and started throwing them in beds where I didn't initially have plans to throw them. But those are bush beans back there, and the rest are watermelons. So this is supposed to be our cage for our watermelons. We did this last year and it worked out pretty well. They loop around the cage and it doesn't spread everywhere else, so that worked pretty well for us last year. And right outside of our garden we have some lavender, more flowers here, more zinnias and wildflowers. Don't think we have anything planted in that bucket. These are raspberries, and then we have flowers around them. We did have some raspberries come in that my kids have been picking off. These are drying out because of how hot it's been, so I need to come out here and water them before I go inside too. We have a fig tree that we got this year. Let's see how big this gets, because when we started looking them up, we didn't realize just how big and out of control fig trees can get. So we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you guys updated. These are our gooseberries. We got this one this year, so I don't think it's gonna give us anything this year, but hopefully next year or the year after we'll probably get something. So my daughter and I added this little section over this spring. It was a project that we both did together and had a lot of fun doing. We put some flowers over here on this side. I think the majority of them are sunflowers, zinnias, and we also have some random peppers growing in here. That's another sunflower. I think this might actually be a ground cherry. We will see. We have some more borage growing here. This was supposed to be kiwi, but unfortunately it didn't make it. We'll try again next year. More wildflowers. I see there's some zinnias that are going to be blooming here soon. I think this is a raspberry. I think that is that we got there. There's some growing down here. This one is blueberry, and I know that one because my daughter loves blueberries, and we specifically put it right under her window so that she can pick them right out of bed. That was a strong request, so I know that that one is blueberries. We have more strawberries here that the rabbits love to come and grab. This I think is a random tomato. Again, that one might be a ground cherry, and I think these are marigolds. So we also have a few things planted out here in our front yard too. These are currants. We harvest most of them this morning, but these are red currants and these are black currants, and they give us a ton of fruits. This is our third year with them because it was the first thing that my husband planted as soon as we moved here. There's still a few more that I have to go and grab, but we have that here. This is a blueberry. It had so many flowers when in the spring. It was filled with flowers, and I thought that we were gonna get so many blueberries, and then they all just turned to leaves. So I am not sure what happened. I think from what I read is that you're supposed to prune them off completely every year. So I think that's why we didn't get anything. Let me know. Like I said, not an expert in gardening, just showing you what we have so far. So that is supposed to be blueberry, and I do plan on completely pruning it all the way down and seeing what happens next year. This we planted last year. It is a cherry tree, and in the bottom I added in some of those random oreganos from inside our house. And the last thing we have is our apple tree. We planted this one last year too, along with the cherry tree. And in the bottom I have some strawberries growing because I hear that they can be beneficial when you plant them together. But again, we're not gonna have any of those strawberries because the bunnies, they love them, and the birds grab them too, which is okay because we have the one that's actually inside the garden. But that's our apple tree and our strawberries, and that's about it for the front yard. So I hope that you enjoyed this mini little garden tour. It's not much, it's nothing fancy, but it's ours. We love it, and it feeds our family. It's beautiful to me, and I hope this shows you that you don't need a ton of things to get started. If you're scared, just jump right on in. Whoa, I am sweating out here, so excuse the shininess. You don't need much to get started. You just need to jump in, do it. It's wonderful to be out here in nature. I promise that you will not regret getting some dirt and planting some random things in there. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I normally talk about homeschooling and motherhood, but again, just wanted to do a little change of scenery. This is also part of my life, something that I enjoy doing so much. If you want more garden videos from someone who's not an expert and doesn't really know what they're doing but is doing it anyways, let me know below, and I will hop out here a little bit more and give you guys some more background tours of our little corner out here. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Until next time, bye everyone.